So, question on homework auto grader about whether or not it parses, like feedback
to
on
get
that.
more feedback. Yeah. So this is a good question about for the quizzes. In lecture you get immediate feedback, and we think that's useful. For the homeworks, you don't get any feedback until after the deadline.
Yeah.
And this is something we're thinking about, how to provide some feedback on the homeworks, but still to make them different from the quizzes and lecture. So you're getting some feedback, but not getting the answer until after the deadline. And
until we have something like that in place, though, it's important that I've seen a lot of people they edit it in an external editor, and then they paste it into our programming environment, and it can mess with the formatting. And in Python, it's one of those languages where formatting matters.
Right. It's a good idea to run your code when you submit the homework to see the output. I got 3 questions wrong in homework 2 for not doing that, so it's a good idea for everyone.
Yeah. So
it's good the grading policy drops one homework.
You're going to need that one.
and I think I'll do okay in the exam, but we'll see.
So are you enjoying teaching
so Michelle's asking
massive online
first
course.
Experience in the MOOC. It is my first experience in the MOOC. That the largest course I taught before this one had about 100 students, less than 100 students in it.
Intro CS?
It was actually the data structures, program and data representation class. The Intro CS course that I teach at UVA last semester had 50 students in it. It's been that's typical size. It's been the first time I taught it had 9 students. So they're great things, teaching small classes, getting to know all the students and being able to sort of understand at that level what everyone's doing. But it's really terrific to be able to teach a class like this and have many thousands of students from all around the world, and the range of backgrounds. There was a post in the forum about the backgrounds that several hundred of you posted in, and it's really interesting for me to see that and to see how diverse the group of students that we have in the classes.
It's inspiring.
It's inspiring, and it is an opportunity that I think we're very humbled by, and I'm humbled by, to have a chance to introduce this many people to computer science, and I hope we don't lose people, but I hope people are enjoying it and get a lot out of it. And it's really gratifying to me to see what's happening and see how many people are contributing in the forums and other ways to make the class better. So it is it's a really wonderful and amazing experience.
So we have a question from Graham. How did you learn to first program?
I think it's how did you both. So you can answer this as well.
Right.
I guess I'll go first because I learned earlier, since Peter was not alive when I learned to program. So I got started in programming when I was in elementary school. My school got a teletype computer. So this was a computer where it had paper and it was printing on it. The year after that, we got Apple IIs, and you had colors
fancy.
and screens. But my first experience was with this teletype computer that you called in, put a phone on a coupler, and you could log into a computer.
Did you have to have a trial CD?
There was no trial CD. You just called in. And the cool thing about computing in those days was the code was written in a language called BASIC, and all the programs, you could see what they were. So I started playing these games on the computer. I wanted to do better in the games because I was trying to win the games. And you could type list and see all the code. And it didn't make much sense to me at first, but I started to look at it and try to understand what's going on, and tried to change the code so I could.
You were cheating?
I was cheating in the games. And that got me, once we got Apple IIs, you could start to do cool things with colors and make pictures, and it got really fun. So that's how I got started in programming.
I got started with little Legos. They were these Lego sets. They're called Lego Mindstorms.
Mindstorms, yeah.
Yep. Okay. And so basically it's a bunch of Legos with a couple motors, and it's hooked up to a little kind of basically a processing unit that also powers the motors. And you just hook it up to a computer, and the programming environment is block-based. You just have a little Lego block that you do the command. So it might be move forward for 30 seconds. Cool. Things like a conditional, that's like an if statement. And so that's really the first thing I did programming. And I built a little robot that crawled around on my floor and would pick up trash. I mean, it couldn't pick up anything that heavy. Basically,
could it tell whether something was trash or not trash?
No.
Okay.
And it would basically patrol my floor until I threw things on the ground, which was often, I suppose.
Okay. It's called a Roomba now.
Yeah, it's called a Roomba. They beat me to it. Dang. And then from there, I guess that's how I was always interested in playing with this stuff, kind of building computers and things like that. And then I went to, there was like a summer camp in middle school where we programmed in C, and programming in C is not the funnest thing.
Yeah, programming in Python is a lot more fun than the
you
languages.
kids have it so easy. When something breaks, it tells you what happened. Not in C. Do we have any other questions? Okay. We can go to the forums.
Do you want to pick one from the post? Yeah.
Let's see. We got many pages of this.